Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Wake your glass up. Happy Tuesday evening. Today is May 2nd, 2023. The time is now 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern in the lovely city of the A. I am your host, Kofa, K-O-F-A. Kofa rhymes with sofa, not coffee, not kufu, not kofi, or any variation thereof. This is G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. I appreciate you all being in the building tonight. Go ahead, give yourselves a round of applause. I'm not going to be on here that long tonight. I'm not going to belabor the point. Y'all see the thumbnail. It's something that I always say. Women hate the word average more than they hate submission. So we're going to get into some of these videos that I have for you tonight. Basically going to be a reaction night for us to review how this thing kind of starts off. What leads to women not wanting to submit to certain men. And then we're going to look at the psychology of how they submit to certain men. First of all, as you come in, do some housekeeping real quick. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. If you forget that, make sure you hit the like button as you go out. You see it above my head, the G.R.O.W.T.H Cash App and PayPal. Make sure you hit that. I got the TV running. I promise you I'm here with you, but I got to glance over every now and then, check that score of my Knicks, see if they bounce back, get a W at home. I definitely don't need the Heat to go up 2-0, stealing 2 on the road, going back to Miami. That would be very, very bad. But y'all know I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm going to ride with them. I'm not going to be on here long tonight. The boy had a long day at work, but I do want to get into some of these videos. We've seen some of them floating around the internet, on social media, things like that. You probably already had your discussions. Maybe some you haven't seen. So we're going to get into it tonight. Just make sure you engage with me in the chat. I already put the link to the chat up there. If somebody wants to cam up, hop in, share their opinion, give their thoughts, give any pushback, any smoke. Like I tell you all the time, I have at least a cigar a day, so I don't mind smoke. So if you need to bring it, understand you need to come with your A game. Because I am him. See who we got in here. I know Corey Joe already checked in. See if we got anybody else right now. We're just going to run with it. We're going to get into this first video. It's just interesting. I love to walk a timeline. Let me go ahead and tell y'all this. I love walking a timeline on these videos. I'm kind of a history buff. So when we're asking these questions, we're having these debates and these discussions, and we're saying, hey, how did we get here? I like to look at how we got here. It's so many times people are asked that question, and then when people start to explain it, nobody wants to hear them out. People overtalk them, get real belligerent, disrespectful even. But I really want to look at how do we get here. I like to look at the timeline of things. I like to start at looking at how the kids are interacting, the young boys and young girls, how they interact with each other every now and then. Where are they learning this behavior from? What does it turn into? And what are the end results? Again, how do we get here? So tonight I plan on walking this timeline, the average that women hate versus the submission that they love. So let's get into it. Let's get into this psychology. But first, let's have a bit of a history lesson.
Thing that's changed is the black woman. Because there was a time, let's say my mother, my aunts and things like that, they would say, okay, if that's the way you establish your manhood, I'm going to go for it. That a new base be established. Why can't we try it my way?
Later.
25 years ago, the strong family.
Notice, that was 1972. That was Brother James Baldwin's sister, Jesus, I just lost her name. Nikki Giovanni. Sister Nikki Giovanni and Brother James Baldwin were having a debate about the black female, male and female dynamics. So let's get into this discussion. That was 72. Now let's fast forward to 86. You see the brother Chad O. Jackson up there where I snatched this from. He asks, "Dear feminism, we went your way. Now what?"
It was still the backbone of Black America, and 3 out of 4 children had both parents at home. That is true no longer. Most black children are now growing up without their fathers. Single women and the children they're rearing alone are the fastest growing part of the black population. Why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. Male figures are not substantially important in the family.
Y'all hear that? Male figure. This was 1986. I was born in 82, so I'm 4 years old when this mini doc was recorded. These are all young mothers. All sound like they're from New York, up north somewhere. But they're giving their opinion how unimportant the nuclear family structure is. I wonder where they are today. Fast forward to the 90s, 10 years later. Fast forward 15 years when some of these kids are starting to get in trouble, where they're starting to have a hard time in school, when they're starting to get disrespectful. There's no discipline in the house. There's no structure in the house. There's no integrity in the house because mama can do bad by herself. So again, Men-Centric Channel, I want brothers to understand this is how we got here. This was the catalyst. You're not fucking crazy. I just told you last night. I tell you all the time, you're not crazy and you matter. Your presence as a father matters. Your presence as a man matters. You're not crazy for having the conversations that you're having in this circle. Most of these women have talked this shit and worked themselves right into a hole. And it keeps digging deeper and deeper and deeper, and they keep telling young girls to go out here and follow the same lead. These are the same women that are auntie age now. Again, if they're teenagers then, these women, I'm 41, they're well into their 50s talking this shit. I wonder that they tell their daughters the same thing. So their daughters born in the 80s, with the women that we grew up with, turn around telling their daughters the same thing that we see our sons and nephews having to deal with. No. And somehow, some way, again, this makes sense. Now let's fast forward a little bit. We're going to pivot, go to this next video of this young girl having to tell her mom that these ain't my goddamn kids. Out of the mouths of babes. Where are we at?
Bad, and this one's a baby. And it's not my responsibility.
She came in kind of hard. She said, this one is bad. This one's a baby. It's not my responsibility. This one is bad. So she's already having to look after 2 kids. And people are going to take it as a joke because it's a cute little girl and all that stuff. And he. And oh, she done been here before. And these kids nowadays, these pandemic babies and all that extra shit that so many of our women put on these kids. They put the responsibility on these kids, fuck these kids up, and then want to blame some man.
To be watching both of these kids. Willow Dia, because it's not my child and my kid to be watching. When I have a baby, y'all gonna watch it because it's not my responsibility to be watching both of these kids.
No. That little girl was probably 4, maybe 5 years old, having to tell her mama it wasn't her responsibility to be watching over those kids. 4 or 5 years old, already got common sense. As adults, you gotta have more sense than the goddamn child. Unfortunately, so many of our women do not have that fucking common sense. I don't like to go back and forth and argue and old Kofa while you talking about black women first and foremost. That's all who I fucking deal with. Well, have been dealing with. I've opened up my options now. But I kind of know black women. Been watching y'all for the longest. I just played the video from 72 with James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni going back and forth. Nikki Giovanni said, why not try my way? Auntie Nikki, y'all see where we're at now. We're going to get into a couple more videos. But again, fast forward, we got 4 or 5-year-olds telling their mothers, these ain't my kids. That little girl said, this one's bad, this one's a baby. So she not only has to instill discipline, she got to change diapers. Maybe Kofa's thinking a little bit too deep, but that tends to be what the fuck is going on. Let me get to some of these chats. What's going on, Painful Excellence? What's going on, Drew?
fish grease. Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
What's going on, Quiet Storm? What's going on, Mona?
You go, girl.
Appreciate y'all stopping in, man. I told everybody when I started up, man, I'm tired tonight. Had a long day, had to run out of town for work, run back into town, but I'm here with you lovely people. I'm gonna hit me a cigar to wind down, but we're not gonna be on here all night. But we are gonna have this conversation about the average. And if you pay attention, women hate the word average, but they'll fall into the word submission. They might give pushback. They shit on Kevin Samuels about submission and all that, and so many other brothers in the Red Pill, Manosphere, Black Male podcast space, all this shit. I was talking to a sister earlier. She said she hates the idea of podcasts. And I asked her, I was like, why? This shit is nothing more than talk radio used to be. That's all it is. This is a remix. And for 50-some years, women have had the microphone. And now brothers got an opportunity. Now all of a sudden, podcasts are a bad thing. They thought we were going to bitch and moan for a minute. Some brothers need to get that shit out their system, regurgitate it. Now we're getting into the actual acts of so many of these women that people want to tell us aren't happening. They told men we were delusional for so long, but you just seen the video. I'm gonna play it real quick again. I know I had a couple people hop in. What's going on, Broken Traditions?
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
I like to walk a timeline is what I was telling everybody. So I played the video. I'm going to play it one more time. Play both videos one more time. Give me like 2 minutes. But I want y'all to walk this timeline with me. Again, we're going to hit it and quit it tonight. We're going to walk this timeline and tell the story of how we got here. Because I hate that question and nobody wants to show how we got here.
I think that the only thing that's changed is the black woman. Because there was a time, let's say my mother, my aunts and things like that, they would say, okay, if that's the way you establish your manhood, I'm going to go for it. And my generation says, hey, no good.
Okay.
You must establish a new base.
I'll agree with that.
And we are, as a group, demanding that a new base be established. Why can't we try it my way?
Later.
25 years ago, the strong family was still the backbone of Black America, and 3 out of 4 children had both parents at home. That is true no longer. Most black children are now growing up without their fathers. Single women and the children they're rearing alone are the fastest growing part of the black population.
Why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. Male figures are not substantially important in the family.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
No.
Black male figures aren't substantial in the family. That was from 1972 to 1986. So at the time Nikki Giovanni was saying that, some of those girls in that room were either toddlers or just being born. Fast forward 14 years, and that's where we were at in the mid-1980s. Again, I was born in 82. So these are the older women that I looked up to and thought was so pretty, my cousin's friends and shit like that. Those are those types that turned into mothers and told the women in my generation, you didn't need a man. Then they regurgitated that. And it's not just what comes out of your mouth. I'm gonna say it again. Watch your thoughts become your words. Watch your words become your actions. Watch your actions become your character. So when brothers are on here saying what we're saying about black women's character, that's where it comes from. You said it because you already thought it. Then you start acting it out, intentionally having kids out of wedlock and not wanting a man around to raise them. And this is what it turns into.
And this one's a baby. And it's not my responsibility to be watching over these kids. G.R.O.W.T.H, because it's not my child and my kid to be watching. When I have a baby, y'all gonna watch it because it's not my responsibility to be watching both of these kids.
You go, girl.
Cause I told you, I'm a lame.
Lil mama get all that. She is 100% right. I might have lowered her age. She looks a little bit, now that I look at it again, she looks a little bit older than 5. She might be about 6, maybe 7. But the way she articulated, this isn't my responsibility. And she started off saying, this one's bad, this one's a baby. She has to discipline this one and change and feed that one at 6 years old. And you wonder why we get a lot of women, because everybody isn't out there just pumping out kids, but you get a lot of women who don't want kids. And I pray to God that's not Lil Mama's future, but we don't fucking know, because that started out with a lot of women in us as older men's generation. Get over to some of these comments. Oh, y'all just speaking to each other. Broken Tradition says, every time I hear that, I cringe into a fossil. But look, that's how old it is. It's been fossilized. It's been solidified. People can argue about it all day. We have this shit on record. Men aren't just making up shit. Once again, the young girls refuse to submit, right? And maybe they got pregnant by some bum ass nigga intentionally, so she could live out this fantasy of being a single mother, and I can do it bad. I can do bad all by myself. Let's get to the next video. I want to show you what that morphs into. When the kids grow up, this is a young man that was a young girl saying, hey, I'm sick of taking care of these kids. But some of these young men see it too, and I say it all the time. A lot of these dudes are not going to hold women accountable now because the behavior that they see in these women, they also saw in their mama. Their mama used to be on some hoe shit, so he's not going to speak against a woman. But some of these young men are tired. They're not stupid. They know every other man coming in and out the house was not his uncle. They're not foolish.
I do not want to take care of my mama. A lot of us young entrepreneurs that grew up in poverty, didn't come from shit, have this idea that when we get on, we taking care of everybody. Mama, daddy, granny, brothers, whole family, right? The problem is most of our families were actually poor due to shit that was actually in their control. Poor money management, lack of discipline, inability to create healthy boundaries, no valuable skill set, but just other bad decisions that they never spoke about. So even though it's honorable, it's noble to want to take care of our people, it's just a bullshit band-aid solution that's going to make your people dependent on you. You really want to be the big dog amongst your people? Give them the tools that you use to produce results. Give them the game, give them the knowledge, give them the mindset to create for themselves. That way, when it's time to eat, it's a potluck, not just eating off your plate. You feel me?
Now watch this woman miss the whole point simply because he said he didn't want to take care of his mother. You see what I'm...
And that's exactly what I was going to point out. Shout out to Instagram. I snatched this from there. I think the guy's name, somebody's name is down there. I don't know who page this is. I just see these videos sometimes on my reels and I snatch them. But you see how he broke down a plan. You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. That's basically what the young bro said. Everybody don't need to be picking off of their kids. I heard somebody else say, and it's fucked up, but I took that shit and I gotta repeat it, man. It's so many women that don't have life insurance plans for their kids because their kids are their life insurance. This is what happens when mama get to have fun too. Mama get to have a life. You went out there, fucked off your damn money. You done fucked over your kids, done fucked up their credit. And when these young cats start grinding that shit out and learn what it actually look like in real life, of course he's not going to want to take care of his mom. But let's get into this bullshit that sis wants to respond with.
So now these black men out here talking about they don't even want to take care of their mothers. That was the whole big thing. Everybody wanted to take care of mama. Everybody wanted to buy mama a house. And now the new thing is not taking care of your mother. So the hate for women is spreading from the ground up. First they started talking about you. Now they're talking about their mamas. Next, they're going to be talking about their daughters. It's just this around and round hatred. He's talking about give them the tools. Son, your mother's old now. What are you talking about? Give her the tools so your mother's going to be out there, what, hustling?
Let mama tell it. Women are smarter than us. They mature faster than us, and they have woman's intuition. So all the tools he was talking about giving his family in general, she focused on mama. But mama should have been given to him. Gotta give myself one on that one.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
You're supposed to give your children, not the other way around. Your children are not a life insurance plan. You got them to 18, and we're so quick to kick kids out at 18, or say you grown at 18 and don't provide any more tutelage or parenting after children hit the legal age of 18, especially after 21 in the black community. But you expect them kids to go out into the world, make something shake, and then come back and take care of your ass later on in life. Gotta buy mama a house. Why the fuck mama ain't buy her own house? Because let these women tell it, as we'll get into one of these videos soon. They got all this money. They boss bitches. They leading in this category. They're more educated. But when it comes down to something this young man said from his heart that was fucking true, this sister ain't have nothing but pushback. Let me get to these comments. Broker Dish said, send me this video, please. I sure will, brother. Mona D says, 100. Uh-oh. Bring it up. Facts, Mona. I know you got 2 boys. I know you're instilling your boys. What you and your husband are instilling into your sons, Mona D, just from your content, is for them to be able to take care of themselves and assist you later on in life, should something happen, or in your elderly age. Not just flat out take care of you. I'm quite sure your sons aren't supposed to get on and then turn around and just do for you and your husband. Hell, as a parent, your goal should be raising a well-rounded child where you don't got to bail them out of jail and bail them out of these tight spots all the time, so you can go there and live your life. I had to do that shit as a single father. We'll get into some of that in a second. Let me get to these comments again. She is doing too much, Corey Joe. And she is that. You see how her face scrunched up? She couldn't believe this young man he hated his mother. He hates women. And this is the issue I have. When women say things like that, it's just flat on black male. You rarely, if ever, hear them preface it and say some, a few, not all. But as men, we're expected to say that. Not all women. I got to preface myself every time. Not all women. I'm not even supposed to say most or the majority. When we see what the numbers are. We see these videos come out every day. It's rare we get a sister like Mona D. It's rare we get her. It's rare we get a Chelsea, Bella Rings. It's rare we get sisters like that. Unfortunately, and what's fucked up is our women outnumber us. Like most women in the world, women outnumber men in the world, period. But just focus right now on the American black community. Our women outnumber us. If we brought every black male out of jail, if we snapped our fingers and made every black man super duper straight, if we snapped our fingers and made every black male a good guy across the board, our women still outnumber us. If every single black male married every single black male tomorrow, there would still be leftover women. But our women want to give us pushback on polygamy, on respectful polygamy. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper. I dropped a video last week on it, but I'm going to dig a little bit deeper as the month goes on. But this is what we see from our women, even when brothers are talking with common sense and breaking down things to help the entire family. We get pushback. Again, no submission. Y'all keep asking for leaders and don't want to be good followers. The house is going to crumble. Usually you have one king. He has a court of people. If everybody in the court is acting a goddamn fool, it ain't but so much the king can do. He has to have a loyal group of followers that's willing to move in the direction he wants to move in. And don't give me that bullshit about, you're not going to lead me off of a cliff. You have to be able to lead. Just because that brother don't tell you what the fuck you want to hear, don't mean he's not a good leader. I'm going to say this because I've said it before. I'm going to start repeating it. Women don't care what men think. Women want to hear what women think in a deeper voice. Say it again. Women don't want to hear what men think. They want to hear what women think in a deeper voice. They want these dudes that pander to them and tell them the shit they want to hear and then allow them the space to act it out and then play the cleanup man, because so many times, and I know how smart black women are, that's my frustration. Know how smart you are, but the way our sisters are acting, the way, again, their thoughts become their words, and they speak a lot. They talk more than us. They talk more often than us. So when they're speaking that, the action ain't too far behind it, brothers. You got to be smart enough to understand you're not dealing with a submissive woman. You're not dealing with a woman that trusts you. And guess what? It's not all your fault. It's not. You got to be able to take a step back and understand that you a solid ass dude. This bitch just crazy. Simple and plain. Let me get over here to some of these comments, then we're going to carry on with the next video. Corey Joe said, yeah, she's definitely a bozo. Mona D says, our sons being reared to take care of themselves first. We also will allow our children to stay at home past 18 if they choose to. We want them to be successful and not struggling unnecessarily. Facts. Facts. Is that simple. That 18 to 22-year-old, I said it last night, you are still a fucking child for all intents and purposes, regardless of the law saying that you're an adult. You're legally an adult, but you just grown, is the way I put it. You grown, but you're not an adult because you don't have no responsibilities yet. You don't have that experience yet. You get a chance to go from 18 to 22, and some kids need to stay at home a little bit past that. And that comes into the space of how mature is your child? Did you do your job as a parent? That's mama and daddy. Because over here, the men take care of their children. We're responsible. I give myself a high B as a parent. High B, low A. I wasn't perfect. These little fuckers don't come with a damn instruction manual. Sometimes, again, we flying the plane while we build. We building the plane while we flying it. You got to figure it out sometimes. So as parents, don't beat yourself up so much, but at the same time, you cannot put that pressure on a child to a point that a 6-year-old is saying, these ain't my babies. To a young 20-something-year-old saying, I don't want to take care of my mama. But guess what? He don't want his mama to have to take care of him either. Sis missed that in her response. But let's move on to the next video. Again, I like to, y'all see where this timeline is going? If y'all see where the timeline is going, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Peace, Brian Mason.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Of Smoke and Talk podcast. Y'all make sure if y'all do have YouTube channels, go ahead and drop those links in the chat. If y'all are unfamiliar with each other, go ahead and click those links, follow those channels. They make great content. Baltimore in the building. Hey Brian, I had somebody did some knockoff like crab flavored chips, and that shit wasn't nothing but potatoes and Old Bay like drenched in it. That was not hitting. I'm telling y'all, I got to come up there soon, man, and get me some fucking crab cakes. I got to get something real. Appreciate that. Brian says 1. He's following the timeline. Like I said, I played that older video from Nikki Giovanni from 72 to the sister saying they didn't need a man in 86. Fast forward, this is obviously, you know, the little girl that sometime around now was recorded on a cell phone. Saying those weren't their responsibility to this young man. Now, this is the timeline. This is how these things transpire and get here. Corey Joe says, so the pushback is these children in a rush to be grown. So by all means, be grown out my house. Facts. That would be a pushback. You can't do what the fuck you want under somebody else's roof. If you that grown, if you that adult, you need to be paying your own goddamn bills. But they'll group together, think they got a little clique, all of them broke as fuck. I've seen that shit happen, and then you start veering off in the street shit. I'm not gonna go down that road tonight. Let's get to this next video, y'all. I said it the other night, but I kept it on here for a reason. Again, the man they'll submit to versus the average guy that they hate. This goes to what so many brothers are talking about. Y'all keep count with me. This hand is going to be the women. This hand is going to be the children.
It all started when my dad met my brother's mom and had him. Then my dad met my other brother's mom and had him. And then my dad met my mom and had my brother and I. And then my dad met my other brother's mom and had him. Then my dad met my sister's mom and had her. And then my dad met my other little sister's mom and had her. Isn't she so cute? And then my dad got back with one of my sister's moms.
From the block.
And then had my 2 little brothers. Hi, we're the Carters, and our life is kind of crazy.
No.
What does that child support look like? I wonder how many of those women even put that man on child support. Because oftentimes that happens. It's so many women that'll get finessed, or the dude got so much game, he'll run through these women, make all these kids, but they so in love with them, submission, they won't put them on child support. Now, each and every one of those women, that man did not marry. Notice she said nothing about marriage. So I wonder how many of those, what did I count? 6 women? Did I count? Somebody let me know if y'all were keeping count. 6 women, 8, 9 kids. Hell, I lost count of the kids. I think it was 8 or 9. 6 women. Now, how many of those women went on and had more kids? How many of those women expected a stepfather to come in and take care of said kids? Again, as we said before, one man, multiple women. And everybody after number 1 knew about each other. I highly doubt he was out there finessing. He just had swag. He had game. The submission they love versus the average guy they hate. And those were good looking women. You cannot convince me that they were never approached. Like I always say, you can't be this bad bitch and across the board and you weren't never approached by no solid ass dude. But he was boring and lame. I mean, he was a good dude, but I mean, it's just that, I don't know. They'll make an excuse not to be with a good man. They'll find an excuse to stay with a fuck nigga or have his kid. And I'm not saying dude is a fuck nigga. He could be a phenomenal father, but there's no way in hell he's going to be able to spend even amounts of time with those kids unless he just ain't working. It's impossible. I'm sorry. But maybe Kofa crazy. I've been called worse. But let's get to these comments. Selena in the building.
You go, girl!
Appreciate you checking in, sis. Come through and let us know. We will show you the bet. Anytime I get ready to head up, bro, I'm going to hit y'all on the back channel. It might be a little minute, but I definitely got to get up there. Corey Joe says messy. Definitely. I don't know how else to put it. That's just messy. Dude hopping from woman, again, 6 women, like 8, 9 children. She says, sorry I'm late. Crabs in Maryland. Yes, sis. Definitely said crabs in Maryland. I was up there before I got into the whole YouTube space and all that. I was up there maybe back in 21, maybe early 22, something like that. I want to say it was 21, man. Had some great crab cakes, and I can't even remember the spots, but I just like seafood, and I know y'all were famous for crab cakes, so I had to get on them while I was up there. Oh, Joseph Townsend in the building. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you stopping in. We just cooking on this hate for the average guy, the love and submission for certain men. That's why the thumbnail looks like it look. It's so many women out here, and I tell them they get mad at me. I was like, y'all can go talk that bullshit to somebody else, y'all. I know a lot of these average women, the day-to-day chicks, you want to withhold the box for certain dudes, but you done been a complete porn star for somebody else that you're not going to hold accountable. Again, 6 women, 9 kids. How many of those 6 women got that dude on child support? How much are they going to get with him having that many children to spread child support between if all 6 of them did put him on child support? We got to think logically about this, man. So when you're dealing with these women, yeah, ask about their baby daddy. Ask about that motherfucker that she allowed to run up in her raw. How many other kids do he have? By how many other women? Because it matters. Because that lets you know what the fuck she likes. I've used the example before. It's some great women out here. They done left the streets, stopped fucking with Pookie and Ray Ray. They done took their ass up in church. But guess what? They always, not going to say always, not going to speak in absolutes, but the majority of time, they will gravitate to the ex-dope boy, the ex-street nigga. She don't want to date the teacher that been in that same church 100 years. But she a good girl. She want to find a husband. Isn't it funny if y'all really listen, this one for the men, even the women too, but really pay attention to this? Because sisters, I really want you to take these words and go back and have these discussions with your brothers. Come back and let Kofa know if he's crazy or not. But isn't it crazy when y'all listen to women talk and they give you this checklist of shit they don't want in a guy because that makes him boring? Isn't it the exact same checklist 10 years, 15 years later of the shit that they want in a husband? Somebody please make that make sense to me. The same shit you said is not good is all of a sudden good. At the end of the day, you're by yourself and you're lonely. Now you're willing to massage. That's why I put that at the chat. I asked, do you think most women end up settling on submission? Fuck yes, 33% right now. Hell no, 67%. And you know what? I was starting out saying fuck yes, but the more I spoke about this out loud, even hearing myself talk, I'm kind of leaning to a hell no. And the reason why I say that is women, fuck yes, will settle, but they're going to divorce that guy. We've seen it happen many a times. Guys get married in their 30s, 40s when you've matured as a man and all that good shit, and you still end up getting a fucking divorce in your 40s or 50s, and everybody wonder why daddy don't have shit. Because mama got half his goddamn income. But I digress. Let me get over to some of these comments. Heard a couple coming in. Again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you guys want to cam up, come in, just have a quick conversation, give your thoughts. Joseph said, these are facts, sir. A woman knows if she wants to fuck a man when she first meets him. Majority of the time.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And these ain't my words. These are women's words. These aren't even Kofa-isms. I'm just repeating what the fuck y'all say. Y'all hold on. Now I'm getting a little bit dry. But you're totally right, Joseph. Totally right. Most women know, ooh shit, because I've been the friend guy. I've been at work with co-workers. We go out at lunch and a certain dude will walk into the restaurant, all their heads turning. Ooh, bitch, he can get it. Off rip. Kiki giggle. I'm just playing. No, the fuck you're not. As long as that nigga don't say something completely half fucking retarded, you're gonna fuck him before the end of the week. Hell, some of y'all go at home with that nigga tonight. And some guys, this is the other thing about this, bro. You gotta understand where you land at. You gotta be honest about this. If she won't submit to you in the beginning, she's not gonna submit to you. She's not gonna follow your leadership. If you know you're a good leader, which I know I am, could I have been better at times? Yes, I've made my mistakes too. But being this fucked up ass man that people like to portray and put on black man, because I always say you can attach anything negative to a black man. But being that caricature, I refuse. I'm not him. Never have been him. Never will be him. However, when you have solid ass dudes that's trying to overprove, usually, brother, that's when you're going to take that loss. Trust me, I'm telling you from experience. I'm not one of these guys that are going to come in here and try to pretend I'm some fucking guru in this space. I've loved, I've lost, I've learned. I've lived. And I'm still fucking here. Sharing this information with you guys because I know somebody else is in that position second guessing themselves. Nigga, again, you matter. You're not crazy. You just need to make better choices. Get over some of these other comments. Selena says, Kofa, yes, let us know the next time you're in B-More. Me and Brian has already named 2 spots that we want to introduce you to. God damn it, salute.
Hand down,
Brian, that's for you.
Man down. Mama, there goes that man.
You go, girl.
Selena, that's for you. Thank y'all. I'm telling y'all gonna be like, damn, this country ass nigga hungry as fuck. I'm gonna fuck them crab cakes up. Just wait. And Mona says, we do. And there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you a hoe. That don't make you a sloot. That don't make you nasty or anything like that. You know what your sexual desires are. But if you know that as a woman and that makes sense to you in your lady brain, stop putting that shit on men. And brother, stop accepting that shit, that you some type of dog ass dude because it's a woman that you want to sleep with. You know, God forbid you're heterosexual and find a woman attractive and you want to insert your penis into her vagina. God forbid. Brian says 25% of women die alone. Mo in the building.
You go, girl.
She said, missed it. Is this the bus driver thing? Yeah, I'm getting to that. So what I'm doing, Mo, and for those that may have came in late, I'm walking the timeline. I started out with that James Baldwin, Nikki Giovanni video of how Nikki Giovanni was like, oh, let black women lead, basically. And I'm walking the timeline on how we got here. Because the question is always, how did we get here? But it's so many times nobody wants to answer it. It's the average that they hate, that most women hate, versus the submission that they're willing to give to certain types of men. And a lot of the guys that they're submitting to aren't worth a fuck. And it doesn't make sense to a lot of men because you're submitting to a man that can't lead. How does that make sense to you? Why do y'all keep doing that shit? Not y'all in the chat. I know I got a different group of women in here. However, if you've ever been that girl, ladies, let us know in the chat. What made that dude stick out? But you got to be wary of that because I had a homegirl I was confiding in. I was dealing with something with a female. And she basically took it and ran with it because she was mad at some dude. This is why I talk to black women a lot. I'm like, y'all claim y'all are friends and shit, but y'all are horrible ass friends. Because we can't even come to you and be like, why do women do X, Y, and Z? Did I fuck this up? X, Y, and Z, just trying to get information and insight as a woman. And usually we catch smoke from y'all as friends. So the chick I'm dealing with pissed off. I got to hear this shit from my mama. Probably got to hear it from my sister. Now I'm coming to you as a friend and I still catch even more smoke because everybody wants to say, y'all be fucking up. And then when we ask, where? Teach me. I'm willing to listen to you, black woman. Even more smoke. That's when the sign language starts. Shame, insults, guilt tripping, and need to be right. We don't want to hear that shit. That's why you have so many brothers now getting passports, open up their options to date outside the race. And while I love my sisters, at the end of the day, all pussy pink. All y'all standard models. Your character is going to set you apart. That simple. Y'all can keep trying to boil it down to your box and how much money somebody has and things like that. Your character is what's going to keep a man. Because that's what's going to raise our fucking children. Even for somebody like me that doesn't want any more kids, I'm looking at what type of mother you possibly could have been. I'm looking at how you interact with different people. So many women tell on themselves going out to these restaurants and you just rude to the waitress or the hostess for no fucking reason. You're not my type of person. I don't do nasty ass stereotypical black woman attitude. That's just Kofa-isms. I don't give a fuck how fine you are. I done left some of the baddest. And I know I may not look like much. I've never been accused of gracing the cover of GQ, but your ass will get left in a heartbeat. Let me get over to some of these comments. And Drew, I thought about you, bro. I drive a bus and I make great money. I also would knock her spine out of alignment, and I am sure I look better than any man she ever dated. Shout out to Drew.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Real talk, Drew. I thought I was like, well, my nigga Drew a bus driver, but he gotta own the bus? But he makes solid money. He's a married man. He's raising his kids. And that went to what Ayala was talking about. What about his character and his integrity? What about how he treats you? That wasn't even a thought of the system. It doesn't make any sense. Let me get to the next video so we can keep walking this timeline. This sister is going to break some things down, brothers, as some of us need to hear it again or need a reminder. But this again is why this is what it becomes. You saw that dude with 6 women and 9 kids. But guess what? Again, all those 6 women, you can't convince. They were good looking women. You can't convince me they never had a good dude, a solid guy, a nice guy approach them because of bullshit stigmas. But let's look.
A major reason why nice guys finish last is because when a woman is done with her proverbial bad boy phase and the desire to be a wife and a mother start weighing heavy on her, she'll want to come back and settle down with a good man to start her life with. A nice guy is usually the last man she settles down with. The second reason is the nice guy stereotype. If you're a man who's described as sweet, sensitive, soft, or shy, the vast majority of girls won't be attracted to you. For men, being labeled with these characteristics are not desirable traits in the eyes of the majority of women. Societal norms and expectations portraying these traits as weaker or less attractive in men doesn't help any either. Because nice guys have the stigma of being boring and predictable, they are a major turnoff for the majority of women because they want to be with someone who demands respect, doesn't tolerate anything less than what he deserves, and leads without intimidation.
Leads without intimidation.
No.
Go over to Drew's comment. Drew said, I'm 6'2", 220 with a six-pack and damn good pension. That hoe can't tell me shit. Drew, you have already proven that you can take care of family. I'm a bachelor. I've already proven that I can take care of a family because I raised my daughter. I've been a stepfather. It didn't work out. But I haven't been married, so I haven't been divorced by the grace of God. But I did raise my daughter and get her to adulthood. She's being very productive. I'm a solid ass dude. I got 5-6 more years before I can retire from the Army. Plus, I've been working for the federal government. It won't be too long after that I can retire from the federal government. So I already got 2 retirements coming. A solid foundation. Something somebody can stand on. But guess what? I'm a white collar guy and a blue collar guy. I've been both. And I made that shit work. Like a man would. But so many women have this idea in their head, like Sis just got through speaking about, the stigma, the stereotypes of the nice guy, that he's a pushover. Not going to talk about anybody specific, not going to drop any names, but I was talking to this chick and she was saying, oh, I didn't think you could fuck because you didn't have a lot of women talking to you or you weren't talking a certain way, and I ended up splitting their ass like firewood.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
End up splitting their ass like firewood. And it turned into what I've heard several other times, not bragging, but just telling the truth. I didn't think you was fucking like that. You so nice. Because of the stereotype, it sounds so nasty. That he can't protect you, he can't do anything. Let me explain this to the ladies. The guy that likes, let me get closer to the mic. The guy that likes you, that's the dude that will move heaven and earth and fuck somebody up to protect you. The guy that's just fucking you couldn't give a fuck less. The guy that likes you, that's the dude that will beat the fuck out of somebody to make sure that you're safe. However, most of our sisters in their lady brain, they don't get that shit. They want the guy that looks like he can do something. They want the guy that talks like he can do something. And those little gestures that he does that are positive, those are the sweetest things in the world, right? But when the nice guy does the same gesture, he's a simp, sucker, pushover. I don't like no man I can just run over and doing everything for me. Again, the checklist that women have of stuff they don't want in a man because he's too nice is these damn near same exact checklist, if you listen to them talk, of what they want in a husband. But then you're supposed to get this husband later on and have him take care of you and your kids. So I got to put these little fuckers on my life insurance, my health insurance, all types of stuff. I talked about it last night. The guy that's the nice guy is actually the alpha because he can take care of a family. He can take care of a pride, a pack. He's the lion. The other dude that looks like the lion, that beats his chest like the head gorilla, doesn't do shit. He fucks and goes to sleep. And most women are okay with that shit. Again, the hate women have for the word average, versus the love they have for submission for certain men. They hated Kevin Samuels because of a video where he agreed with a woman that she was average. She told him she was average looking, but she made above average money. But the fact that black men don't give a fuck about your money She thought she was high status, and Kevin just agreed with it. It was like, you're average at best. I take it a step further. A lot of you out there that are talking about wifely duties and all this shit, you a side bitch at best. If we're gonna be honest, you're not a wife. Some of y'all have on a ring, and guess what? You just some bitch somebody married. I'ma just say it like that. You're a married woman, but you're not a wife. But in this space over here, we want wives. Even if you can't be my wife, I can't marry all of you. But I'm gonna respect you as a sister because you're my wife. But let's continue, because we get into that bus driver video. I'm gonna break that shit down too. Let me get over some of these comments real quick. Joe said, women love dope boys till the police raid her house, and men love hoes till she fuck your friend.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
All facts. On both sides. Also, some pretend to be nice, but really incel. Some can be. But guess what? And this is why I say to that a lot of times, Mo, women are calling these guys incels, but the only reason he's incel because the women aren't fucking him. It's a lot of women that have told me, well, nice guys can't fuck. How you know what that guy can't fuck like? You won't fuck him. But you've already made up in your lady brain that he can't. And we know so many women literally live in delusion. It's so many women out here living in the land of make-believe. She's already made it up in her mind. She's already projected that on that guy, rejects that guy, and then the next woman does it. Because the chick I was just talking about was saying, oh, you're this great guy. Why don't you just, why don't you have so many women? Like, something got to be wrong. And that's the way women think. You can't be this solid ass guy, but guess what? That solid ass guy that I am right now, I've consistently been him for quite some time. That shit has gotten me left. That shit has gotten me cheated on. That shit has gotten me lied to and disrespected by black women. So when y'all ask us who hurt you, you need to look in the mirror, sisters. So I'm not disagreeing with you, Mo, but it's a lot of brothers out there that are even pretending to be nice. But I ask the sisters all the time too, if there's a guy that's pretending to be nice, what made you pick the guy that was pretending versus the guy that actually was? Because both of them was trying to fuck. Let me clear this right now for all the women. We all want to fuck you. The guy's heterosexual. His dick works. He likes how you look. He would like to insert his penis into your vagina. We all trying to smash. I constantly ask this question, have yet to get a good answer, so I'm going to keep on asking it. What makes you fuck the guy that likes you because he just wants some pussy versus the guy that likes you and wants some pussy? Because the dude that likes you and wants some ass on top of that, that's the dude, again, that's going to move mountains for you. This guy over here, he ain't going to do shit. But so many women are cool with that, because guess what? If he don't do shit for me, I don't got to do shit for him. That's the way y'all talk. But the way you flip it, you try to keep this dude over here because the dick good and I want to keep my body count down. And if I sleep with this other guy, they going to call me a hoe. But you could have gave this other dude some ass too. But you chose not to. Because you'll go from this fuck nigga to the next fuck nigga. But the good dude is the dude that you want to put in a box. Again, the average you hate versus the submission that you love. Let me get some of these comments. Oh. Shout out again, Drew. That's why I became an asshole through my early 20s. Brother, see it on the wall. Mo said, why she gotta be a hoe? I say what's meant for me is for me, not mad because people don't like it. No one can define me. No one can. And the reason why I use the word bitch and hoe so freely, Mo, sometimes when I talk about black women, because I've heard some of the most fucked up things said about black men, and people have just simply laughed, men and women. I've heard women say some of the most fucked up shit about men, making up stuff, but because it came out of a woman's mouth, it became solid and true for this man, and it couldn't have been further from the truth. So when I'm talking about sisters, if I'm not talking about you, the ones like yourself, Mo, that rock with me, you know I'm not talking about you. But that's why I use the word bitch. It was a point in my life. The Knicks up by 3. My bad. I had to look. 2 minutes in the quarter, fourth quarter. But it was a period in my life that I wouldn't have never called a black woman a bitch or a hoe. I was wokety woke. Tell y'all all the time, I was woke before the sun got up. All this new age rocks and zodiacs and all that shit, been on it. Taught by the best. Heard it all, damn near seen it all, but there ain't nothing new up under the sun in my opinion. But there's always some type of surprise though. But I've seen a lot, so it was a period of my time I would have never called sisters that. But I had to start compartmentalizing. I can't call you a queen. It's so many women that claim queen, but they act concubine. Once again, so many sisters, side bitch at best. Let's continue. Yep, Mo, split ass like firewood. Show the fuck did. These men be signing up for every auntie. Got Tyrone who fixed the car, Rufus who gets the groceries, Jamal fixing the plumbing, OJ laying up.
Cause I told you, I'm a lay.
You go, girl.
It's facts. It's facts. See, the way men have rotations of women they sleeping with, women have rotations of men doing things for them. But like I said, a lot of those men are trying to smash. So we've been taught since we was yay big. Be nice to girls. You don't hit girls. If you treat a woman like a queen, she'll give you what you want. You hear it in this red pill manosphere relationship talk space, because everybody don't want to be red pill and manosphere because they don't like the title. But it's crazy because these niggas get on these panels every night and talk about relationships. Every fucking night. Every fucking night they talking about the same shit that red pill and manosphere are talking about. But they'll even say, you know, if you stand on your square as a man, you know, a woman ain't got no choice but to fall into femininity. And a lot of brothers is falling for that shit. This is why I here in the house of Kofa in Kofaville, I preach leaving. Let me give y'all some game, brothers. And I don't even got no game. One of my favorite lines from Nas is, I got no game, it's just some bitches understand my story. You'll hear me repeat that a lot. I don't got no game. But let me put you up on a little something. The worst thing you can do to a woman is ignore her. Is leave her. Women aren't stupid. I'm not that guy that's going to try to pretend and portray women as these docile, imbecilic creatures. They're not. They're highly intelligent. That said, she knows when she fucked up. She knows when she fucked off a good dude. She knows it. She's not stupid. But guess what? You keep being a solid person and move the fuck on. Because guess what? Somebody's going to appreciate that you can fix the car, that you can mow the lawn, that you can do these different things. Talking to this other chick one time a while ago. Something broke in the house. I was like, don't worry about it. Went out to the garage, grabbed my toolbox. Ooh, you got a real toolbox. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Fixed it. Was something wrong with a cabinet, a sink. It was some other shit where just basically needed loosening, tightening, removing that. Hey, you need a new one of these. Run up the Lowe's, all that shit. And them up, when I say, again, split ass like firewood, shorty turned into a complete porn star. Out the blue, next day, looking at me, I'm like, what? I didn't know you were handy. Wasn't shit to fix. That's a great analogy. Let me pivot on that real quick. A lot of times y'all want dudes to show you how talented they are when it's not the right time. If it's nothing to be fixed right then, why would I just go out there and just walk around the house swinging fucking tools and shit? Why the fuck would that make sense? Nothing's broke. Everything's good right now. So when something does go wrong, move the fuck out the way, let that man fix it. But so many women don't do that because I can do it by myself. And then when we hands off, then it's a fucking problem. Y'all ain't never there for us. What's wrong with black men? the average they hate, because in that average day-to-day shit, go to work, come home, make sure the family's secure, pay bills. Versus submission. Oh, he told me this, and I thought that, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. A lot of, just like these men sign up for it, Mo, a lot of these women sign up for it. But they don't get held accountable for their poor ass choices. They turn around, and I think you missed the clip earlier where we got a 6-year-old telling the mama that these ain't my kids. This one bad, and that one is a baby. Let me play that again, because I think I got some more people in here. This is what this shit turns into when women want to do what the fuck they want to do and submit to certain dudes, but give pushback against the average guy. And I can do bad by myself.
And this one's a baby. And it's not my responsibility to be watching both of these kids. G.R.O.W.T.H, because it's not my child and my kid to be watching. When I have a baby, y'all gonna watch it, because it's not my responsibility to be watching both of these kids.
No. Lil Mama said, nope. Let me get over some of these comments. Bear Cave said, that hoe was in her 40s talking crazy. Yep. Peace, Jason. What's going on, bro? Keep scrolling, get the comments. Jason said, Grove, they act like they don't know. That's why they claim certain people are just friends. And this is the other thing. Let me put y'all on the game, ladies. A lot of guys y'all think are simps and suckers, and they signed up for it. We got life experience. We've been the friend before too. That's how we know a lot of y'all move certain ways. It ain't always about some brother got hurt and his heart broke. Sometimes he was that other nigga. Sometimes he got hurt and heart broke because he found out he was that other dude. He thought he was the one, but he found out he was the other one. Sometimes he thought he was the one and then found out she had another one. Again, everything black men have been accused of, black women have been doing times 2 and have not been held accountable. Until they want to cry about, I need this, I need help with my kids, XYZ. I see you keep deleting my message, Google. I don't know what the hell happened. I didn't do it. AI is taking over the world. I told y'all I'm a conspiracy theorist and a nerd. Skynet is here. That shit is real. I might watch fucking Terminator this weekend, damn it. Jay said, sorry, Grove, Miami, we did what we needed to do. We got one in y'all. Yeah, y'all did, man. Y'all did. Oh, I thought you were talking about now. Whew. Knicks up 108, 102, 24 flat left, 24 seconds left. Course says she knows it but won't say it out loud. Yep. Nope. Like little girl was like, no, I'm tired of this shit. She's 6-7 years old, taking care of obviously a toddler. She's 6 or 7, so they got to be younger than her. Again, one is bad, one's a baby. Got to discipline and change diapers and feed. Brian says, sad a child has to tell a parent that. You got to have more sense than the baby. But the baby got more sense than some of these mamas. Jason says, I had a broad hang a huge picture frame with a damn nail thinking she can do shit by herself. Needless to say, it fell and broke. I hung it correctly with a drywall anchor. I charged her.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease. Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Hey.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me.
Oh, shit. Oh. Jason, you a goddamn fool, man. Look, this the shit that took me out. The fucking handshake emoji. Like, yeah, we made a quick transaction. You know, I charged her dome. Boy, you ain't shit, man. Look, Brian said because it doesn't feel good, man. Finding out either other or delusion. Joe says, I remember this chick told me to hurry up and meet my kids because I need help. That's a bold bitch, bro. That's a bold motherfucker. That's crazy as hell. Let me get to this next video, man. We're gonna keep on cooking. So you see what the sister said about the nice guy. Now I want you to listen to the pimp.
I loved all my women because if a woman goes out on the track, takes a risking her life, give you all their money, and you don't love that woman, you got a hole in your soul, man.
And you're doing what for the girl when she's bringing you all the money?
Well, you know what, Mark?
You know, over her head?
I did a lot of things, Mark. In my program, Mark, every 30 days, I would buy my woman some type of jewelry. You understand what I'm saying? $400 or $500 start off. You know, it's the longer they would be thousands of dollars. Now they got to keep all of that, their allowance, all the furs, the cars, and the money. So when they got out of the game, at least they would have something to fall back on if they started to retire. I didn't have none of them go get with another pimp and gave them all the assets that they had built up in that line.
If they started to retire, let's continue.
Like that. And a lot of people don't know, Mark, in this game today, the life expectancy of a girl in the game is only about 5 years. If you keep a girl past 5 years, you're really doing something. Because they grow tired of the game, you know, in and out and running around and doing all these different aspects of the game. And then it's dangerous. And I'm going to tell you something else, Mark, that a lot of people don't know. Me personally, every time before my girls went to work, I would hold hands and be in a prayer circle because I was actually raised in church. You understand what I'm saying? So I pray for my girls, and I'm going to tell you something else, Mark, that a lot of people don't know. Since the game is so dangerous, my main girls, I send them to self-defense classes. You understand what I'm saying? So if they got in any type of situation, they'll be able to handle themselves. They figure they just some hookers. Well, boy, they'll whoop the dog at you.
Y'all heard that shit, right? He prayed for his woman, sent her to self-defense class, protection, bought her things, provision. But this came from a pimp. Again, one man, multiple women. Women outnumber us. You cannot tell me after story after story after story after story that most women are on this type of time. People are going to try to shame you for being the nice guy. They're going to tell you not to do this. You shouldn't do that. Again, I had my homegirl, when I confided in her, the first thing she told me was, you complaining too much. You need to figure out what that other guy's doing and do that. That's what my friend told me. So again, sisters, y'all don't realize how much y'all shoot yourselves in the foot. For the brothers out there listening, fuck them. Be that dude. Be that dude. Get your money up. Get your game up. I mean, top to bottom, find out who you are. I'm going to get into a little bit deeper than the alpha, the beta thing. I'm going to talk about the sigma. I'm going to talk about where you fall in whatever hierarchy and how you can scale up. Because it does matter. A lot of people say, no, man, just be yourself. Well, if being yourself has cost you, you got to be a better version of yourself. Nobody's saying you necessarily have to change who you are. You just got to be a colder version of it, a sharper version of it. That's what we do here in this men's space. Again, my job is to help you find a positive. Fuck it. I don't want you to say, fuck it, fuck these hoes, fuck this job, da-da-da-da-da. And then you go out there and start drinking and drugging and just overeating. Because I'm burying too many people in my personal life from cancer. I don't want that to be you, bro. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be in shape. I want us to be like Drew. Everybody ain't gonna be 6'2", but you can be in shape. Drew boxes. That's his thing. If you play ball, go play pickup ball, man. Stay in shape. You can figure this thing out. Get over to these comments real quick, and then we're gonna keep on. Jason says, pimping ain't dead, it just moved to the web. R.I.P. to Pimp C. I don't even understand why women sell cat on the streets. It's still a thing. It's crazy, ain't it? That was a recent video. Jason says, facts. Always strive to be the best version of yourself. Just be a better you, man. I got to be a better, colder, doper version of Kofa. A lot of people don't like it, but guess what? Those ain't the people that's supposed to be in my fucking space. That was like an albatross around my neck. You putting too much weight on my shoulders. I need to be free. Let's see again. Y'all heard what the nice guy was, right? The nice guy stereotypes. Women hate the average, but they'll deal with a pimp. The Knicks just won 111-105. We held down home court this time. Where was I at? Got excited. I thought we was about to lose that bitch, but we in there.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
But yeah, you got what sister was saying about the nice guy, and then what you got with the pimp saying about how these women are still going out there. But this is the question. How many of those women left him, moved to a whole nother state, got with some dude, and that man don't know none of her history? But people want to talk about body count don't count. Again, if you flip a woman upside down, her vagina is a cup. She's holding that man's DNA in her. We'll get into that later on in the month. But let's go to some more shit that one man, but several women will submit to.
I mean, you can see, man, my relationship status, man. These my queens. These my beautiful girls right here, man. These the girls that hold me down. They take care of me. They do everything for me, man. They eat my butt. All of them. They eat my butt. Back to back. Sometimes together, sometimes they take turns. They the ones who make me feel like the king that I am. You understand what I'm saying? Without them, I wouldn't be nothing.
Not one of them blinked when he said that shit. This man just said on TV, they faces weren't blurred, they eat my butt. Back to back. Sometimes individually. Not one of them women moved. This is what we're talking about in this space. Brother, you gotta vet the shit out of these women. They keep talking about, oh, you'll never know a woman's body count. You'll never know the number. But you can get round about how many men she's been with by how batshit crazy she is. Most of the time when you had a woman that's been with a bunch of men, that's why she's fucking crazy like that. That's why she's all over the goddamn place. She literally got all these different men DNA swimming inside her. I told y'all this before. I got 2 homegirls I know for a fact walk down the aisle with another nigga nut still swimming in them. So those were good looking women, but they all stuck on one man. When they get mad at him, they'll probably go over there and deal with some other dude. Maybe like Mo was saying earlier, she'll flirt with the guy just to get some male attention that cuts her grass, that fixes her car. But those guys signed up for it, right? And then when he cuts her off, then it becomes a problem and black men ain't shit. But y'all see the timeline. This is how we got here. This is why I started with that Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin clip first. This was 72. This is how the women wanted it. They wanted to be in control. They done had control. They done pumped out these babies without fathers, undisciplined, unstructured, including the daughters. And this is why you have so many girls out here, women out here, doing that shit. A lot of these women know they're in a fucking rotation. She's fine with it. As Kofa has said, you are a side bitch at best. Let's keep cooking. Here's the main event.
You cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Ayanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well. I would date a bus.
Know that you've said that you.
For Auntie Iyanla.
You go, girl.
Cause I told you, I'm a lay.
If he was a man of integrity, he loved what he do. That means he's going to be consistent at it, ladies. Let me give you some game. He's going to be consistently at that job, making a way. But for sis, he has to own the bus. There goes those entrepreneurial delusions again that so many of our women are in. Because they love how, oh, we're the new crop of entrepreneurs. When most entrepreneur businesses do fail, but y'all never want to talk about the failures. You want to talk about the fact you went down to the city or the state office, signed a piece of paper, and started an LLC. Any goddamn body can do that. Where's your inventory? Where's your employees? Are you truly a boss, or are you a solopreneur? Sis skipped over character like so many women do. Everything comes down to finance. Now, just because he's a bus driver, we just had Drew in the chat. The brother drives bus, makes damn good money, taking care of a whole family, been married for I'm not sure how long, but several years. See, this is the thing women don't understand. You don't understand the foundation that has to be laid to get these dreams. Women don't believe in delayed gratification. This is why they go from seminar to seminar, scam to scheme. We see it all the time and then call themselves hustlers. And when that shit fails, they find the nearest black man to blame. Y'all not supporting us. If I wasn't trying to help this sorry ass nigga out, I would have been more focused. Done heard it all. So sis is sitting here saying, if he owns the bus, if he owns it, she doubled down. She started with the whole, the statistics say that blah, blah, blah. It's so many men out here doing well. Doing well. You have a foundation, fellas. Stop letting these women use sign language to shame you, guilt trip you, tell you that you ain't shit because you don't hit a certain price point. You're at a foundational level. I keep telling you, nobody's gonna buy a fucking 8-bedroom mansion with 2 cracks in the foundation. Eventually, that mansion is gonna fall in on itself because the foundation is broken. You as a man have a solid foundation. You ain't nowhere but up from there. You got a solid foundation. You got something to stand on. So many women don't understand that. I think sis is an attorney. I'm a paralegal by trade. I've told y'all several times. A lot of attorneys are type A personalities. This is why these motherfuckers become attorneys, because they like to argue and debate. That shit doesn't go well. Most women can't put the briefcase down and take the heels off that are attorneys. I know few, very few attorneys that are happily married or still married. None of them. Listen to what I'm saying. I've been a paralegal for 15 years. None of the female attorneys that I know that are married or still married are black. All the black female attorneys I know are divorcees and baby mamas. If they even have any kids, because they can't keep a man long enough to get pregnant. Because they can't turn the office off. A lot of people don't like me telling that shit. I've been doing this shit for a while. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know what the fuck I see. It's rare. And most of the time, if she is that successful paralegal and she has to marry down, it doesn't work. Because in her lady brain, she had to marry down. When she got a good ass man on her arm, she still don't have to pay for shit. She may make more money than him, but she still don't got to take care of shit. But I've seen them fuck it up time after time. over the course of these last 15 years. Let me get to some of these comments. Quiet Storm, peace being in here. He says, I watched KS from 2017 till he passed every night and learned a lot from him. He did strike men to become the best versions of themselves. It's simple, bro. It's simple. If you do this thing good, again, I'm a basketball nerd. If you know your jump shot is wet, keep working on your jump shot. Keep knocking down that damn J. Extend it a little bit. Add something onto it. But if you know your left hand is weak, what do you need to work on? Your left hand. Once you get your left hand down, now your left hand can take you into that jump shot that you already got, that's already buttered. The best version of yourself. Keep building. Hello, Jason says, it's all good, bro. Heat and 6. Man, I think this one might go 7. This is the first time they done, this old rivalry. I think some pride on the line, man. I wouldn't mind seeing it go 7. I want us to win, but I wouldn't be mad if we lose as long as we show up. That first game, that pissed me off. We was up 12. I really think Tibbs should have put D Rose in. I tweeted the goddamn organization, y'all need to put Derrick Rose in for his experience, but we'll save that for another night. Exactly. That clip is laughable. Like, sis was dead serious though. And this is so many of our women. Now, while she may be an attorney, I think she was married to a white man as well and divorced him. Boom. Again, Kofa-ism. But she was dead ass serious. She didn't flinch when she was saying, if he owns it. I mean, shit. Why would I be with a bus driver? Because she's marrying down. Again, so much of this shit, bruh, it's not you as a man. It's what women have made up in their lady brain already. That's the crazy part about it. Joseph says some of these women have more soul ties than any.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Oh, boy, y'all some silly motherfuckers. Oh. Mo, you rather die than date a bus driver? Let me know. What you rather die from? No, Joseph. No. No. Look, LeBron got on the right jersey this time. I got to pull for him. Now, when it was Warriors Cavs, I'm Steph. I'm locked in. Followed bruh since Davidson. Cold motherfucker. But I am a Laker and Nick to my core. So go Lakers. We got to look. Joseph and Jason, we got to get on a live, man. Y'all got to hop on the camera one day with me, man. We got to talk about this coming up. Maybe this weekend, maybe Sunday. That might be Cigar Sunday. A couple more of these games in and got some more shit to talk. Jason says she still got all that DNA in them, like demons fight each other inside her. That's why she batshit crazy. Bruh, it's so many women and they don't realize that. That's the craziest part. Why the fuck do I got to tell you about your body as a man? Why I got to tell you about your body as a woman? You got two different dudes' DNA and they're duking it out for who gonna take control of your damn soul. Why she talking like MLK? And you heard it. You picked it up, right? Let me play that shit again. I know age, race. I've done them all. Let's see. Let's hear again.
You cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum. Trust me, I've done them all. They are not positioned. No.
Across age and color. Sis, it might be you. Maybe. A sister asked me that the other day when I was commenting on some of the things about this, black female male relation. So you've dated all women? Can't say I've dated all women, but I've listened to plenty. I've heard the stories from brothers. I'm looking at facts, data, statistics. I'm seeing these videos pumped out every day. Again, like I told brothers the other night, You're a professional black man. I've been a professional black man for some time. I have over 10,000 hours experience. I've been hearing this shit since I was a little boy. I just played you the video of Nikki Giovanni. I played you the video of those young sisters at the time in 86 saying they didn't need a man. And here we are. This is why I like to walk the timeline. Y'all have continuously said y'all didn't need us. You didn't want us. I don't need no man. I want me a real nigga. And that's what a lot of y'all ended up with. Some real niggas. Where's my damn soundbite? Oh, don't worry about it. I think I took it off the board. I got too much shit like Theo now. Damn. Mo says, I've done them all. Y'all heard it. I played it again. I played it twice. I've done them all. Jason says, I thought KS made it clear to these crazy old bras. When you chase money and become masculine, a man of high value is not going to choose you. He will choose younger, fresher, more feminine girls. It's that simple, bro. It's so many women that will not listen to that. Oh, I did not mean to expand that wide. My bad. Shout out to Mike Tyson. But it's so simple, and a lot of women don't get that. They keep leading. You're leading with your wallet, and we don't care because we don't have access to your money. Like, you have to have a broke ass dude. That's why Iyanla said that. I'm not talking about the guy on the couch. I'm talking about a man of integrity. I'm talking about a man that loves you. I'm talking about a man that loves his job and is consistent. She emphasized that because when sisters like, I forgot the lady's name, but when sisters like that are professional, I call them I go to Target instead of Walmart type of chicks, them bougie ass bras. When they're talking like that, they've already made up that caricature in their head that he's lazy, he's a bum and all that. And the same thing I always ask women. Again, the average hate versus the submission they love. How'd that dude even get close enough to your pussy? If he's so ain't shit. Brothers, y'all got to start listening. I tell my friends all the time, bro, stop all this quote unquote alpha male, I beat my chest, you gonna fall in line and follow my leadership. Shut the fuck up. For the men, shut the fuck up sometimes. Let they ass talk. She gonna tell on herself. She's telling you you're not the type of guy that she's gonna respect. When she tells you this string of dudes always did this, and those are the guys she got kids by, she telling you what type of dude gets her pussy wet. If you know that's not you, if you're not some fucked up ass dude, bruh, run. All pussy ain't good pussy, but all pussy is pink. You can go find somebody else. These hoes are standard model. When you take that, then you learn how to compartmentalize when she is a woman versus when she's a fucking jump off. Let's keep these comments going. What? You don't believe in delayed gratification. Everything got to be right now. And so many brothers get caught up in trying to prove themselves. Like Mo had said earlier, it's a lot of dudes that do sign up for that. He fixing the car, he doing this. It's crazy they call on good men when real life shit happen. But the fuck nigga they want to have fun with, he gets access to all that. He gets access to your pre-pregnancy body. Then he fuck your body up. And somebody's supposed to get access afterward to a bunch of stretch marks like somebody threw fucking battery acid on your stomach and extra elbow meat. Yeah, I'm an asshole sometimes. You'll be alright. Let's keep it going. Mo says laughing my ass off. That was that lady at the Cougar chat. Bitter. I missed that one. Say it again. None. Quiet Storm says, I don't give a fuck what these hoes say about me. They don't cut my checks, pay my mortgage, or drain my balls. That strag on Obsidian's panel yesterday was an enlisted 304 that got ran through and got divorced. Bruh, I need to go clip that from Obsidian. I need to review that. It was a reason why I was asking her that, because the way she was speaking, she was either an officer. She said she wasn't an officer. She was a high-ranking enlisted, or she was a lower-ranking enlisted with illusions of grandeur. It was a reason why I was trying to feel that out, because I've seen so many different types. But the way she was speaking, I've heard a lot of black female officers speak like that. None of them are married, and the ones that are, were. I'm gonna say it again. They're not married, and the ones that were married. They're divorced. She's right back by herself. Seen it so many times. These high value women, and again, they pick some of the poorest men. The hate for the average, the submission they love. Go back and look at the thumbnail. You see dude over there with his hand in his head because he's trying to make shit work, and the sister just looking off like she don't give a fuck. He's an average guy. They hate that word. That's a nasty word in the black community. You call a woman average or a basic bitch. Raise holy hell, and guess what? She's not mad that you called her a bitch. She's mad that you call her basic. That's the crazy part. Because they call themselves bitches and hoes all the time. They brag about their whole phase. Unless I've been listening to the wrong shit all the time. Maybe I'm making up shit in my head. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm the one that's crazy. But I highly doubt it. Jason says, reminds me of the Superman picture with Lois Lane. Superman says, I love you while flying with her. She's thinking I can do better. That's why I don't strive to be Superman for no woman. No, because Lois wanted Superman. That's all she wanted was Superman. Lois wanted Superman. Lois didn't want Clark Kent, the dude that she worked with. They had a good ass job. That worked hard. That looked out for her. Was her friend. Because that's the other thing. Women will say, you know, I can't date you. You're my best friend. But I want to marry my best friend. Again, make that shit make sense. I'm telling you, these bras crazy, bro. Many of them. Most. Not all, but majority. Keep these comments going. Oh, Mo says, oh. I'd rather die than toss that gas. Oh, shit. Are you going to the game on Thursday? Man, Godspeed, man. God damn it. I'm hating, bro. I got to see D Rose in a New York Knicks jersey. I saw him when he came here to Atlanta and played the Hawks when he was with the Bulls, that MVP season. I think he dropped like 41 or something. Cold. Like, that brother's still cold, man. He still got it, in my opinion. If he's not injured, the Knicks need to play him. I think that might be the only way we get out this series. We need his experience. Yeah, Jay said, yeah, I called that. She said, trust me, I've done them all. Again, shut the fuck up, man. Get out this alpha space all the time. Learn to listen. And I don't mean listen as in do what women say. She's going to tell on herself. Mo says no accountability. Oh, cigar chat, Lamar. She was like, man, ain't shit. Oh, y'all. Again, they'll put that on all of us. They'll put it on all of us, but then we're supposed to preface what we say about women. That's why, again, I specify that. I want to make it clear because I'll get attacked. Women get applauded for just saying it. Everybody, you'll see it in these panels and stuff. Well, you guys, blah, 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 blah. Woo, you tell them, girl, say it again for the people in the back. Doesn't say most. Doesn't say the majority. Just leaves on his face as all men. And then we got to understand and decipher that, oh, hit dogs are holler, so if I'm not that guy, I shouldn't get mad. But we need to clarify it. I'm not mad about that type of shit, but let's clarify it. Let's clarify the guys that you are talking about. That's why Yana said that. I'm not talking about the guy on the couch. I'm talking about the guy that loves you. The hate for the average, the love for the submission of a certain type of guy.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease. Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Oh, you a goddamn fool, Joseph. Stomach looking like balled up homework. Man, God damn it. Let's move on. Joseph. Oh. Mo says, even Kim Samuel said, women are the one who petition for divorce, lead attorney too, so these guys must be willing to stay. That's the thing. And you're right, Mona. Clowning themselves, but the women too, you got a good man. but y'all petitioning the court to leave. Y'all isn't the women looking for divorce. Y'all petition the court to leave when you got a solid ass dude. It's so much shit that men put up with, and on this channel, I'm not gonna be talking about game and all that shit. I'm going to tell you to leave, bro. I just said it earlier in the broadcast. We are outnumbered in the world. Step out your comfort zone. Learn a different language, at least the basics. At least the basics. Thank you, please. Start off with something. Don't just be looking at these YouTube videos like, yeah, man, he right, man. Fuck these hoes. Da-da-da. Passport bros, yeah. Nigga, have you done any of that shit? Can you? Are you willing to do the work to put yourself in a better position? I told y'all on the broadcast last night, fellas, between 35 to 45 is your sweet spot. If you're younger than 35 and you're hearing this, you can go ahead and achieve that. You don't have to wait. My job is to get you to make less mistakes than I made at your younger age. I'm 41. So from 40 on down, that's my job. Every day I try to learn something. And it's something that me and my boys say, if you in your 40s, bro, not this decade. I've been that simp nigga in my 20s. I've been the dude trying to make it work in my 30s. Not this decade. I done worked. I got a video coming up for y'all later on this week with the Cammy Samuels review. I'm probably going to drop that Thursday. I'm probably going to go live Thursday. Again, for those that don't know, I'm going live every day in May. Everything may not be a broadcast like this, but I do want to step up to the challenge that Broken Traditions issue with me going live every day. So some of this is going to start to get real, get in my rhythm, getting in my flow. But we're going to review some Kevin Samuels video because I really wonder how many brothers really heard him. But we need to check on that. Let me get over here to these last few videos. So we heard sis what she said about the bus driver. I know y'all done seen it before. We had G.R.O.W.T.H in here, bus driver himself, made good video. I mean, good, not just good YouTube content, but make good money on his actual 9-to-5 job. You know, but let sis tell it she wouldn't fuck with him, but he don't give a fuck. Why? Because he's a happily married man with kids. He's doing his job. Salute, Drew. Let's get to these last few videos, man, so I can wrap up. Had a long day. I am going to watch some of this Laker and Warrior game. Go outside and smoke me a cigar and wind down. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the video. And please do try to bring in more people. I'm trying to run up that 1,000 count and get that 4,000 watch hours. Let's listen.
That's really why we don't like certain conversations. Like women over 35, the reason why we don't like certain conversations is because men do genuinely, for the most part, get better with time. And a lot of women don't. And it's not because you aren't beautiful anymore. It's because you let life get on you and you stop taking care of yourself. Because think about it. After your third heartbreak, bitch, would you want to date you? Who really wants to come through and clean up all this fucking trauma these other left behind because you mismanaged your pussy your whole life? And I don't even get the same pussy that these got.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
You go, girl!
Cause I told you, I'm a lay.
Sis was on point. There's so many sisters mismanaging that box. And brothers are going to take advantage of that. Good dude, bad dude, whoever. Because we all trying to smash. But again, I asked the sisters, how does the dude that just solely, only wants to smash, get to smash, the dude that's looking for a little bit more, actually wants to be with you, take care of them fucked up bastard children you done had, he got to work overtime to get it. And then when you give it to him, you're giving them some half-ass pizza box. You can keep that. I'm going to the next video. Sis was 100% spot on. Let's see what that turned into when you mismanage that box. We got yet another female life coach waving the white flag, hanging it up, telling certain people to walk the fuck away from her and leave her the fuck alone. Let's listen to this one.
Single women who are over 50 years old who have been reaching out to me for wife coaching tips, I'm no longer taking them. Don't pay the money through my website because I'm just going to refund it to you. I've had a couple of experiences this week, and here's why. Most of you, not all, but 99% of the women who are 53 and older, specifically 53, 55, 57, 59, 61, 64, in those age brackets, have been the most challenging for me to coach because the standards are unrealistically high. I get that you're old school and I get that your mom raised you to only interact with gentlemen, but most of the men who do all of the stuff that you're wanting are dead, or they're not looking for 55 or 57-year-old women. There are some younger men who do that, and you don't want an old man because he can't perform in bed. Well, the younger men don't want an older woman because some of you have arthritis, some of you have missing teeth, you have gray hair, you have grandkids. Like, you got to be realistic and balanced in your thinking. So listen, the other thing is these social media dating sites or whatever you call these things, I've seen modernized female whores in those sites, meeting strange men, having sex with them. You don't know them. And I'm talking about women of God. You've got to make some shifts and some changes in how you think and how you process if you want to be married. Now, if you just want to be somebody's jump off and you just want to be somebody's cougar, or somebody's fun girl.
These are women of God.
There's powerful niggardry at work here.
So this woman is specifically talking about women in their fucking 50s and 60s. I walk this timeline with y'all. If they're in their 50s and 60s, what did they grow up under? 1972, when Nikki Giovanni was like, well, why don't we try it my way? Here we are. I'm answering the question tonight. How did we get here? The hate for average men. The submission that women love. We heard from a dude talking about 5-6 women were eating his butt. We heard from a pimp running hoes and the stuff they'll go out there and risk their fucking life. But guess what? Because he prays with them. Because he says, of course I love my hoes. It's acceptable. That one black man that loves you, again, will move mountains. He ain't good enough. Brothers are tired, sis. To other brothers out there talking this, oh man, you just weak, lame, you gotta go get you some pussy, step your game up. Fuck you too, you hoe ass nigga. Brothers are tired. That bullshit Steve Harvey said that a woman don't gotta bring nothing to the table, he a goddamn lie. Y'all listen to that bullshit if you fucking want to. You gonna have to bring more than the same used up box and some other nigga kids. I'm sorry. I've overlooked that because I used to see black women as guys. I literally made a whole song about it. For those that don't know, Kofa can rap his ass off. I'm gonna start playing some of my music. But I got a whole song about a black woman being God, and that motherfucker jamming. It's not some wokey woke weird ass shit. That shit jamming. But I never put it out because I had to retract that shit because I had to start looking at my sisters for how many of them were acting the way they're acting. It's a reason we can keep coming out with these videos in this podcast space with men. As I told my homegirl the other day, Kofa, why you always be talking about black women? Stop giving me ammo. Stop giving me ammo. Talk to your homegirls. Talk to your sisters. Stop giving me ammo. Unfortunately, y'all keep giving it to me. Just like the sister was just talking about 50-some-year-old women, this is what that shit leads to.
Just make a plea to the married women. I don't want your husband at all. I just feel like if you know a single mother, can you send your husband to help us out a little bit? Like, there's stuff that I didn't know about you.
Married women, y'all gonna let her borrow your husband? Y'all gonna let her borrow your husband? I'm quite sure the answer is no, 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 no. And she said this shit on national television in front of an audience of people. Unfortunately, it's so many men that do that shit. Especially when men are marrying, dating, into these families filled with nothing but women. The only hope was of a man being around was that Big Daddy passed. Maybe grandmama had a man. We got generations of women in the same house, the same family. So when one of them find a good man, a good husband, he gets farmed out. Auntie Tammy need this. My cousin Keisha need that. Can you talk to man for me? My little brother done got in trouble again. I don't know what's going. Can you talk to him? I don't know what it's like to be a 15-year-old boy. We fucking know that. That's why we were trying to get a hold of this shit when that little fucker was 8, 9 years old and y'all told us to shut the fuck up. We wasn't his daddy and mind our own damn business. Now you got your kids all the way back to the first video I played. You got your kids raising your kids. You got grown ass young men saying, I don't want to take care of my mama. Because he probably already been doing that shit. To be honest, mama ain't got on her feet yet because of her poor ass choices. What does it say? You mismanage your box. Get up here to some of these comments. And then we're going to wrap up, y'all. Joseph says that's why older women like young men so they can manipulate them. And that's the same thing women always throw out there about men dating younger women. But these young boys just want some pussy. What can he provide? So ladies, make that shit make sense to me. You don't want to get with a dude and follow his leadership because he ain't got enough money. But you'll date a younger dude that ain't even established yet. He ain't even got his first real job. But that nigga slutting your ass out because in your lady brain, you need to know that mama still got it. Once again, brothers, stop feeling bad about this shit. This is just who they are. The majority of them. Not all, but the vast majority of them are moving like that. And the ones that aren't, they used to move like that, but she hit 35, 40 and found out she was still by herself. Now she's starting to change her tune. That's why I don't fall for all this. Well, we need to come together as a community and have a discussion. So I couldn't have you because you didn't want me to have you. But now because you want somebody stable, I got to jump through hoops again and prove that I'm some solid ass dude because you want me to. Again, Auntie Nikki Giovanni, you asked, why not do it your way? We've done it your way. Our community has taken a huge ass fucking loss. And good men are tired of putting that bitch on our back and not even getting a fucking thank you the majority of the time. Joe says, after that, I know bus drivers and trash men who make $120K a year without OT. That's always my go-to. A lot of sisters don't want to get with Bobby off the back of the trash truck because he gonna come home smelling. He got to take his clothes off in the garage before he come in the house. He got to go in there straight to the shower, put them lights on, them babies fed. Y'all don't want to talk about real shit. Not for real. Y'all want to talk about real life. Jason says, men age like wine, women age like milk. The makeup, wigs, lashes, body shapers, and surgery can only hide so much. And all that is used usually to mask who they are internally. It's usually masking who they are as a person. All that trauma they trying to cover up. They can say, oh, I'm doing, well, y'all niggas like it. No, we don't. Ladies, let me make this clear. We don't like that shit. The only reason we're talking to you, once again, because you are a standard model. All that bullshit you're putting on your body comes with a vagina. That's what we're trying to get to. Get back to the comment. Laugh out loud. Mo says someone else did this for people over 35. Kevin Samuels featured her. Watch Kendra G. Everyone is delusional. It's wild out here, man. And I caution brothers not to be that delusional dude, bro. Because some of y'all men, this is why I caution y'all about the red pill space. You got to be able to decipher and compartmentalize what you're doing. It's great information in the red pill. What the red pill space did for me was confirm that I wasn't fucking crazy. Again, my personal experience, my ability to listen to women when they spoke and try to please them, not just being simp and doing this and paying off money. I ain't never paid no bills. I wasn't never that dude. But guess what? I've always been that guy that will listen to you when you was really going through something. And what made me stay was I understood your trauma, sister. I understood that you were raped. I understood that you were harmed, molested. I understood. So a lot of brothers that y'all are pushing away are the brothers that understand you, the brothers that actually did listen, the ones you hit with that nasty word. You're like my brother. You're such a good friend. But then tell us, I can't date you. You're like a brother, my friend. I want to marry my best friend. And then as soon as y'all find a new dick to sit on, you forget the brother even exists. You forget he was really there for you. You hoes are trash. You a side bitch at best. That goes out to any woman that has that type of mentality or has ever done that shit. You hoes are trash. I stand on that. You're not a good person. Plain and simple. It ain't got shit to even do with your gender. You're just not a good person. That's some fucked up shit to do to somebody. You wouldn't do that shit if you was a dude running in the streets, fucking over your bros and all that shit, because you're going to end up with a bullet in your head. Again, when it comes to this relationship shit, it's rare that women have any consequences or accountability. That's why I push men just getting better. Bro, whether I'm going to keep saying it every night, whether you want to be a husband, you got to be a good man, right? Whether you're a father, you still got to be a good man in order to be a good father. Whether you're a bachelor, like myself, you still got to be a good man, a good employee, a good YouTuber. Whatever space you're in, you have to be good at. And then add on to great. Then great becomes excellent. Then excellence becomes, well, can't nobody fuck with you. But that shit start here, and you got to do something with these. You got to make these moves. You can't just be talking. I've solidified myself a couple of times on here. I know the brothers in this chat have solidified themselves. They're working towards something. They have a foundation. I'm big on work ethic. I'm big on foundation. Get ready to close out, get to some of these other comments. Let's see. Jason says, single at 53, still looking for love. Reminds me of Lisa Ray. Man, look. Joe says, oh, lost it. Joe says, I smacked a 58 woman and the sex was trash. Couldn't hold that arch for nothing. I will tell you this. And this is how I know. Again, I told you I've been that guy. I think I was 31, and the oldest woman I hit was, I think she had just turned 50, 51. It was good, but she talked to me like I was one of her sons. That shit wasn't gonna work. And then she did say my legs back too far one time, so that shit definitely wasn't gonna last. Mo says, wasn't James Baldwin gay? Gonna have to rewind. Yeah, I believe he was gay, but I think he had more bisexual leaning tendencies. But again, that kind of goes to prove women interact with gay men all the time, including sexually, because she doesn't feel threatened. But then we'll turn around and get with a fucking pimp or a dude that got you on camera and bombards you with, they all eat my butt. Or the other video I played with the sister talking about how many women her dad had been with. It ended up being 6 women, and she got 8 brothers and sisters. 6 women, 9 kids. All them situations is one man for multiple women. So when he's done with all those multiple women, now all those multiple women have the same story to tell. This is why it sounds like black men are fucking up more than we actually are. It's more women dealing with one man. That's their chief complaint, that men are liars and cheaters, right? So it's one man doing all this to all these women. Now all these women go out, carry this narrative, repeating it, telling their story, because again, they talk more often, telling their version of it. So now it sounds like black men just in general are fucked up, when all 5 of those women, 6 of those women are talking about one man. That's why it sounds like the majority. Another Kofa-ism. I just broke that shit down for you of why it sounds like that, and it's not fucking true. But again, we got facts, data, statistics to back that shit up. The majority of women want the minority of men. The minority of those minority of men are making the babies. Because those high-value men that are the minority, they're going to protect their seed. So even if they fuck these women, they're not going to get them pregnant. Again, women say, I want somebody on my level. You got a guy on your level, but this is your friend. I can't fuck my friend. I can't fuck with the guy literally on my level that I work with. We know how much each other make, but you want the guy up here. So you let him slut you out, but he gonna protect his seed because he got 1 to 10% of men financial assets. So he not finna fuck that up. So then you take your ass back down here to this bum ass nigga, get pregnant by him, bring his bastard children back up here to this level. But now this guy has slowly crept up. Now you want to bring those children back up. Now all of a sudden the guy on your level has enough money to take care of you and 2 or 3 children. When y'all were starting out and could have built that foundation, you didn't want it. This makes sense in their lady brain, gentlemen. Learn to walk away. Again, I had to do it. It was hard. It hurt. I lost my stepkids. I had to deal with being the parent on the other side of the abortion, not having a say in it. It did not feel good. But again, that's the path I gotta walk. Even for that decision. That's the pain I had to deal with. That's something I had to get over. And let me say this, when people talking this, who hurt you shit, who had to adjust? The men had to adjust. So when he had to adjust to losing his family, the women didn't have to do that. He did. So after he comes out of that shit, he is going to be a little bit colder. He's going to be colder in his decision making. He's going to be more precise in his decision making. And if you aren't that type of woman, which unfortunately majority of women aren't, because men are starting to turn that corner, especially black men, we're not just accepting being stepfathers. Let me get to the rest of these comments. He says, yo, Kofa, drop some of that music. You know what? I got y'all later on this week. I ain't had nothing loaded up tonight, but I will drop something. I promise you that. Joseph says, some of the freakiest women I messed with was the lead singer in the choir.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Hey, man. Not the choir. Cutting up. Goddamn fool, man. Mo said, didn't Lisa Ray get an African king? I'm not sure if she did. I know she got with some other diplomat. I don't know why she didn't learn her lesson messing with that guy that was the president of Barbados or some shit a while ago. She constantly trying to put an extra title next to her name other than wife. I talked about that before too, but I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper. Everybody poly these days, says Mo. It's sad, but it's kind of true. We already in these polyamorous dynamics, but the kids are fucked up, which fucks up the community. Again, and it's not all about sex, but through the way we're moving, we're making it about sex. It's really about taking care of a home. So one man in our culture should have more than one woman. Should be able to take care of more than one woman. But guess what? Some of the women are going to have to massage their standards. You're not going to get this 5-6 bedroom house, and he's going to be able to buy this other woman a 5-6 bedroom house. Everybody going to have to start out in that 3-2. The support he gets at home, that man is going to make something shake where both of y'all are good. But most women ain't going to move like that. And unfortunately, so many dodo bird ass men out here do got iPhones and microphones as well. They're going to talk about, man, I'm going to be having threesomes and shit like that. That's why these women think that's all that niggas want. When we're really talking about trying to save the community. But again, you can't be a nice guy and want to live a polyamorous lifestyle. God forbid you have more than one woman. Now you a dog ass nigga. But then you got a dude on here talking about these women eating his butt back to back or sometimes together, and ain't none of them flinch. Again, the female psychology for the most part, brothers, is fucked up. You see the damage that was done to that little girl earlier that I played. It's only a matter of time before she either turns into one of these crazy ass women or don't want to deal with no man at all. Because she already been through that. I got family members that raise their kids like that. Now they're fucking grown and these girls don't want kids because she already done been a mama before she was 15 and ain't got pregnant. Because she done already raised her brothers and sisters and everybody else smaller children in the family. She been the mother hen since she was able to walk and talk. This is why so many of these women don't want kids. They're focused on their career, and then their biological clock starts ticking. Then they go get in vitro. So once again, ladies, you have chosen to be single mothers most of the time. Take it for what the fuck it is. You can't blame that on men. That's a personal choice. You can't be grown all the time, make these fucked up choices, but then don't want to take accountability when shit go left. Jason says, he said to Mo, and it didn't work out. Now her expectations are absolutely insane. That's true. I thought so. I didn't think they were together that long. Mo says, oh damn. Jason asks Mo, are they poly by choice? Do they even know? A lot of people don't. That's the thing. That's my whole thing with the poly thing, Jason, is that everybody should be in the know. If you're gonna move like that, move like that. And I'm talking about the men and having women, because the polyamory, that shit doesn't work usually. I know we got this clip going around and the lady introducing her two husbands to her boyfriend. Majority of the time, that shit don't work because she's not taking care of them. It's three men taking care of her, and it usually doesn't work. Back to Mo's earlier comment when she said women will have a dude fixing the car, one cutting the grass, this, that, and the third. When those dudes really, when that light bulb do go off, Mo, and they realize I'm not gonna get the pussy, your car gonna be sitting in the garage, not running. Your grass gonna be tall as your damn waist. Ain't no man finna keep putting in the work and y'all ass ain't giving up shit. And I tell women all the time, think outside the box, even if you're not gonna give him the box. Have you bought him tickets to his favorite game? Matter of fact, as much as he's been moving heaven and earth for you for as long as he have, and you've been playing games with the pussy, have you bought that man season tickets? Have you cooked for him? Single father like myself, use myself for example, did you do his daughter's hair for free? It's so many other things y'all can do to show men appreciation that y'all don't even think about. But again, y'all more mature faster than us. You're smarter than us. You outpacing us in education. But when it comes to picking and dealing with an actual man, not a tall 12-year-old you like getting fucked by, but picking and dealing with an actual man, women ain't got no goddamn clue. I called this chick a dodo bird earlier, and that's the way a lot of our sisters are going. Y'all gonna be fucking extinct. That whole way of doing things, that Nikki Giovanni idea of why not do it my way, that shit is getting ready to be extinct. Brothers, avoid these dodo bird ass women. Mo says, this all sounds stressful. I'ma stay at home in no man land and watch YouTube. Less stressful. Farming out. Mo, don't do that. You're a good woman. Just be solid, man. You're gonna find a solid dude. I don't know what your premise is, what your checklist looks like. But please don't be that chick that has a checklist for men that, hey, I don't like this in guys, and that checklist is the same thing that you want in a husband. Please don't be that chick. BT says, yep, you back in here, man?
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Yep, I'm still on here cooking, man. We about to cook. Oh, nigga, I got the TV on. I got the TV on, bro.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease! Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Yes, sir. We won. We should have won. We should be up 2. But, you know, I'm going to take my blessings. We got to go down to Miami and steal 1 or 2 and come on back. Sorry, Jason, but that's just what it is. Sorry, Joseph, that's just what it is. Knicks, Lakers. Mo says, ew. I don't know what you said, ew, to. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said or what I played. Salute, Jason. I just be on here trying to be honest, man. Just looking at, again, the reason why I started this channel, bro, is to really help men, because I didn't want to be these women. Again, I talk about women, I'm talking to men. Because even though these women are batshit fucking crazy for the most part, we are involved with them. I want you to realize that shit sooner and be able to pop smoke and dip. Because there's so many women out here, bro. I told my partner the other day, man, it's too much peace and too much pussy in the world. I refuse. I refuse to be unhappy again. I refuse to be in a relationship where I'm trying to pull teeth. And a lot of brothers are at that space and they're going to ask you, what did you do as a man? If you can articulate the positive that you did, whatever bullshit stereotypes they try to put on you as a man, reject that shit. Do not live by that everything's my fault, even when it isn't premise. The first person I heard say that was David Banner. I love David Banner, but I totally disagree with that shit. That's what had me in a very self-loathing place, because I was taking on everything, even though it wasn't my fault. And after analyzing it, you don't have that doesn't make you more of a man for taking on some bullshit that you did not do. Hold yourself accountable for what you did do. Hold yourself accountable for the things that you need to do better. But don't take on that bullshit because that broad came with a suitcase full of suitcases, baggage full of baggage on baggage. Don't do that shit, right? Mo says it's depressing. Everything is so transactional. You got to talk to your sisters about that. We saw it in the clip earlier. Did he own the bus? Did he own the bus? Does he have a certain amount of money? All that stuff. I tell y'all all the time. My Mo says breaking granny back. I think that was for you, Joseph. Appreciate you, Jason. But yeah, Mo, everything is so transactional, but you got to talk to the sisters like on some real shit, not even blaming women. You got to talk to them. Because even when I was a younger dude, I always had to work ethic. I used to work on bank trucks. So I work in a corporate setting now, but I've been a blue collar guy. That's why I qualify myself to talk this shit. That's why I was telling brothers the other night or earlier tonight, it takes 10,000 hours to become a professional or an expert at something. 10,000 hours is roughly a year and a half. We'll just call it even year and a half. We've been alive as black men way longer than a year and a half. You're a professional black man. Can't nobody tell you shit. It's not about blaming women. It's just about pointing out the things that are done and said to black men that don't deserve it. There's solid ass dudes out here. The fuck ass niggas, talk about them all day. I don't care. I'm not one. Because a hit dog or holler, I'm not that dude. However, I'm not going to be the cleanup man for that motherfucker either.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Had to give myself one on that. I'm not going to keep being that dude. There's so many other brothers and women don't realize that shit, Mo. I tell sisters all the time, whoever that good dude was that you had, that you kind of screwed over, not even just overlooked, but it's a lot of dudes that get fucked over and get thrown back in the dating pool. You just fucked it up for a lot of other women. But a lot of those other women all have good dudes too that they threw back in the pool. It's that story. I'm going to paraphrase it, but I got to find it. It was a clip where a guy was talking about a woman walks into a building, basically a man shopping building. Each floor, the men got better. She went through the bottom floor. Guy had this job, but he didn't have an education. Went to the next floor. The guy had an education and had a job, but he didn't have the money yet. So she went up to the next floor. The guy had the job, the education, the money. Went up to the next floor because he didn't have the looks. Went up to the next floor. The guy had the job, the education, the money, the looks. She thought she could get better, and the guy was like, boom, you know, where you can go up to the last floor. She went up to the last floor. No men. No men. And she couldn't, you weren't allowed to go back down and shop on the other floors once you left the floor. Had the job, the education, the money, the looks, but always thinking that she could do better. And got up to the last floor and was up that bitch by herself. And that's so many of our sisters. Get to these last bit of comments, then we're going to go ahead and close out. Mo says you gotta love yourself first. No woman can tell you your worth. That's facts.
You go, girl!
Cause I told you, I'm a lame.
That's facts, Mo. Brothers, same thing. The way these women talk about self-love, you gotta love yourself. Got a video clip on my channel where I say, you can't fuck with me. But guess what, bro? I can't fuck with you either. You not gonna out Kofa. I can't out Jason. I can't out Joseph. I can't out LaRon. Everybody got to be able to stand on their own. That's the only way you can build together. A chain is only strong as its weakest link. You got to be solid. And that's not saying perfect. That's not saying you got to be this high value man. I'm going to break down Kevin Samuels' video on that Thursday. Everybody not going to be this high value man, but you need to be a man of high value. You You need to be valuable. You're not going to check all these blocks to be society standards of a high value man. You just need to be a man of value. Then you can reach that height if you desire. If not, you just want to get your slice of life and lay back, which most of us do. Because I tell you one thing, I've met high value men. Them niggas is stressed the fuck out. All bullshit aside, no shots. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. The brother did so much work in such little time in this space, and I think it cost him his life. To be honest, it could have been anything from some residual health issues from when the brother had cancer. We don't know, but we do know he was working overtime. Brothers, don't burn yourself out like that. Like I said, I'm going to step up to the challenge, Broken Tradition. I'm going live every day in May. But I will not be doing long lives every day in May. But you're going to see my face every day. We're going to have these conversations. Some of them are going to be outside of the studio. I might be in the garage. I might be on the back patio. But y'all do me a favor. Drop it in the chat like y'all been doing tonight. Keep me engaged. Because you're teaching me while I'm trying to teach you. We all learning from each other. It's that simple. Ask these hard questions. Make me think about something that I haven't thought about. I hope I'm doing the same for you. I'm hoping I'm letting men know it's okay to shut the fuck up and just listen to a woman sometime. She's going to tell you who she is, good or bad. Then you got to make a decision whether or not you want to rock with her. I know some great women. I'm not in a head space or heart space to take those women on because they got kids. I don't want the responsibility. That plain and simple. I'm enjoying my single life. I'm enjoying being by myself for the first time. I've been a father since I was 21. My daughter's an adult now. I'm enjoying this shit, bro. I did my job. Still gonna do my job as a parent. I've said it again. I'm still gonna do my job. I still gotta get her into true adulthood. But I done did my job. Can you say the same? I want you to be able to. And I'm not done yet, bro. I'm just getting warm. I ain't even cut the stove on, bro. The shit I got planned, the shit I'm working on in the background, and it may take about 5-6 years, but it's coming. It's coming. Jason says, 7th floor only exists to show that women are never satisfied. Yep. I got to find that audio clip, Jason. Mo says, Jamie Foxx is sick. He is, brother, been in tip-top health doing movies and shit. I really want to put it on the jab, but I'm not going to get into all that. Fit, guys, stay fit. Quiet Storm says, no doubt. Jason Williams says, truthfully, chasing money will burn you out. Got to take care of yourself first and foremost. You do. How you going to get the money and you sick? You can't go to work like that. You can't be an entrepreneur sick all the time, running yourself into the ground. Definitely prayers up for Jamie Foxx. I used to steal his jokes. Real talk, I used to steal Jamie Foxx jokes when I went to school. I ain't have no business watching this stand up at that age. But again, like I told y'all last night, people want this shit to be entertainment. I grew up on Def Comedy Jam. I got some smoke. But I'm trying to be a gentleman right now and just teach and be a good journalist, so to speak. Have good conversations, because that's what journalism is to me. When you're able to have these conversations with people and understand where people are coming from and have them understand where you're coming from. But I know that day is coming soon where somebody gonna try me and I'm gonna have to be the other side of Kofa. But that shit is gonna be fun. But anyways, look, I'm still on Def Comedy Jam. I'm on season 6 right now. Salute. Man, we've been cooking for shit, I don't know. Shit, we've been going 2 hours, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Shit, it's almost halftime. I am going to catch the last bit of this game. I do got to get up and work in the morning, but I am going to wind down. I had a long day, so a cigar is in the near future. I'm about to go light that shit up. Real talk, I appreciate everybody being in here. Do take care of yourselves, brothers. Sisters in here too, take care of yourselves, but focus on the brothers, because oftentimes we get caught up in these sporting events and we don't work out, especially football season. take this month and get right, fellas, before the summer. You ain't gonna be all the way there, but at least get it started, get a pattern going, get a rhythm going. I appreciate everybody being in here. Again, I'm your host, Kofa, Kofa. Kofa rhymes with sofa, not coffee, not kufu, not kofi, or any variation thereof. This is Growth Talk Podcast. Growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. I appreciate everybody rocking with me tonight. We getting ready to close out. Any closing thoughts from anybody? Jason says peace. Mo says thank you. Jason says he just refreshed notification. Look forward to more lives. I appreciate it, brother. I got you. For those that don't like it, understand this.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
As always, brothers, you matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace.